Iron within, rust without, huh? How's Perturabo these days? Still crying over not getting a participation trophy in the Horus Heresy?
Coming from a glorified wall builder, must be hard living with Rogel Dorn's legacy, an architectural visionary who couldn't even design his own escape plan.
Oh, like Perturabo's genius plan to make a labyrinth that trapped his own legion half the time? The Iron Cage was less of a battle and more of a babysitting gig. Rogel gave you a timeout. We're still waiting for you to come out of it.
Oh, right. The Iron Cage. You Fists sure love that story, don't you? You spent months getting smashed by us like a hammer to rotten wood, then got dragged out by Gilliman like a bunch of lost children.
Hey, you can try to spin it however you like, but you Iron Warriors getting beaten by your own terrain? It's poetic. And fitting, considering how you're the only legion to lose a siege that you designed. Impressive, really.
Spoken like a true Dorn dog. Still haven't figured out how to take a joke. You must have the collective creativity of a servitor. Not surprising from a legion that thinks the height of strategy is just make the wall thicker. Tell me, how many layers of paint does your fortress need before you feel safe?
At least we build fortresses, not tombs. You Iron Warriors make every planet you touch look like a scrapyard. What's the endgame there? Trying to win the galaxy's worst real estate award? I hear you're a finalist every year.
Ah, yes. The famed wit of the Imperial Fists. I'd care. But I'm still waiting for you to actually win a battle without hiding behind some wall like the cowards you are. How's that trench warfare going? Dug deep enough to avoid reality yet?
Funny coming from you, considering your whole strategy is lose and leave. If the Iron Warriors had a motto, it would be retreat before you get to the fun part. How many of you deserters are there now? Feels like every time I turn around, one of your brothers is bending the knee to some daemon or another.
At least we embrace the truth of this galaxy. Unlike you and your self-righteous purity, you lot cling to false hope, building monuments to your own stubbornness, thinking it makes you noble. In reality, you're just gilded wreckage waiting to happen.
We'll see whose wreckage lasts longer. I mean, you talk a big game for someone who serves under a Primarch who literally ran away to sulk on a daemon world. Last I checked, Perturabo's biggest accomplishment was becoming a glorified dungeon master for Chaos.
Better to rule a daemon world than be Gilliman's favorite errand boy. What's it like having the Ultramarines handle all your paperwork because your chapter can't even manage that? Oh, the Fists are brave. Yeah, brave enough to let someone else handle the brain work.
We're efficient, Decimus. We build, we defend, we win. Simple. Maybe if you'd taken notes, you wouldn't be stuck waging war against the same pile of rubble for millennia.
Efficiency? You Fists would call staring at a wall for 5 hours productive. Dorn left you nothing but a legacy of stubbornness and an addiction to masonry. No wonder you're always so tense. It's not your fault, though. Growing up under the shadow of Gilliman's Golden Boy complex must have left you with some issues.
Better issues than being raised under Perturabo's constant pity party. Is there a day that goes by when he doesn't whine about how he was misunderstood? Must be tough, following a Primarch whose emotional range starts at angry and ends at destroy everything.
At least he's consistent. Dorn's greatest achievement was getting himself killed trying to play hero. All that tactical genius, and your daddy dearest, couldn't even dodge a single Chaos blade. A real role model for the Fists. Glorious in failure.
Better to die a hero than live long enough to become the galaxy's most bitter bricklayer. But hey, you Iron Warriors wouldn't know about heroism, or loyalty, or even basic hygiene by the smell of you.
It's the smell of victory, Tiberius. Something you wouldn't recognize if it smacked you in your pristine, polished face. Speaking of which, how do you keep that armor so shiny? Must take a lot of effort when all you do is sit around waiting for someone else to fight the real war.
Well, while you lot were too busy licking daemon boots, we were busy winning wars that actually mattered. You should try fighting for the Emperor sometime. You might even like it. Not that Perturabo would know. He was too busy having a midlife crisis for the last 10,000 years.
At least Perturabo made something of himself. Dorn, he's dust. A fancy name on a stone. And you're just here keeping his tomb spotless, like a good little custodian.
Funny. Because no matter how many millennia pass, no matter how many walls you break, you'll always be standing in our shadow, just like Perturabo, and that's why you'll never win.
We don't need to win. We just need to make sure you never forget who made you bleed.